All right, Keter. So I almost didn't want to record this particular recipe because I felt like it was Basic Bitch Town. And you, being the mayor of Basic Bitch, said no.
Well, that's because you always want to come up with some fucking complicated motherfucking recipe. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, you finally have a simple one, as simple as you are. And, you know, like I said before, I'm not a parent. Hallelujah. But
Hmm.
I assume that a concern of being a parent is being able to make something simple and your children will eat it.
All right. So yes, yes, and yes. All those things. So I want to tell you how this recipe was born. It's just nachos, you guys. So like put it back in your pants, but it's a good nacho. I think an excellent nacho.
Let's hear it.
So that's why I made it. First of all, I didn't want to go to McDonald's that day because I wanted to use McDonald's as leverage for the following day. I don't know if anybody does this. I'm sure I'm not the only parent that uses McDonald's as leverage for behavior or tasks
I do it with
completion.
Ryan. I do it with Ryan.
Yeah, you do it with Ryan. I'm sure
Yep.
it works. So I was like, no, I'm going to go home and I'm going to make nachos. And they're like, oh, yay. Because I've made them before and they really have not cared for them.
Right.
But this time, they ate the whole fucking pan and they were fighting over the last couple.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you what I did. First of all, nobody has time for ground beef right now. It's a very special situation when you buy it and you use it because it's so pricey. So instead of meats, I get a packet of chicken and I swear to God, I make it into at least 4 meals if I can help it,
Okay.
which is a lot for
Yeah, that
four.
is a lot.
Yeah. But what I do is, so I'll make something like this where I don't need a lot of chicken. It'll be kind of evenly distributed throughout so that everyone gets chicken, but it's not necessarily like you need to eat an entire chicken breast
Right.
per person. So that's what I did, you guys. I got my chicken that I cut up into tiny little pieces before I cooked it, but not too tiny. I guess it was chunks actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, I put it in the pan and I cooked it. I didn't have taco seasoning. So I used the following things, which is taco seasoning that you make. Ready?
Tell me.
A little chicken bouillon,
Mm-hmm.
paprika,
Yeah.
cumin,
Yep.
garlic, onion powder,
Yep.
and make sure you go heavy on the cumin. The cumin is what makes it.
Yeah. I like that stuff.
Yes, I cooked it until it was brown. And once it was nice and brown and toasty and had pretty color on it, I got it out of the pan and I sliced it like super, super thin with a knife on the cutting board
Okay.
because it almost like, because I don't love ground chicken unless it's in a meatball because I don't know, I don't like want chicken to be that, is that weird? Like that
I like ground
consistency of
chicken.
ground beef.
I like it.
I like it in a meatball, but not necessarily like as if it were like a chopped meat. Anyway, so I chopped it up and then I put it back in the pan and I added some water and I let it kind of create its little juice because I like my Mexican food to have a little juice, like the meat to have like a little sauce.
Okay.
Did that, set it aside. Then in my air fryer, which we have the little toaster oven air fryer, I lined it with aluminum foil so I wouldn't have to clean it afterward. And then I got, like the corn chips that are little cups, they're like dippers.
Yeah.
So I got those and I spread them evenly, all facing up onto my baking dish, my baking pan.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and I sprinkled the chicken, making sure that every cup got its own amount of chicken. Then I got, which I've talked about before, but I doctor up refried beans from the can.
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest thing ever. You put it in a small saucepan, all the contents of the beans, and you smush it up. And then you add all the same flavors you did to the chicken, like all the seasonings, and you add that to the beans, including the bouillon. And then you add a little water to it. You stir it up, you heat it through. Once it's nice and hot, you take it off the heat and you add like as much as you want. I put sometimes 2 big fat tablespoons of sour cream and I mix it in there and it makes it velvety. It's the most delicious refried bean you can make at your
You
house.
should cook it in the same pan that you made your chicken in.
You can, but I kind of enjoy it in a smaller pan because I don't know. Everyone has their quirks, but you can absolutely do that because you can pick up the flavors from the
Right. I was
chicken.
saying, pick up the flavors of what you made with the chicken.
It's a great idea. You can. So then I took that and I spooned it all of the entire can. I spooned it all over the nachos. Then I proceeded, my friend, to get 1 block of cheese, like 8 ounces. How much are they? Are they 8 or 16 ounces
Eight, yeah, whichever size you buy.
of cheddar? I like shredded it right then, which is super important in my opinion because it melted beautifully and it was a fuckload of cheese all over these nachos.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in the air fryer. I want to say it was like 400 for like 6, maybe 5 minutes. Pulled that shit out. And then I put sour cream inside of a Ziploc bag cut off the corner. And then, because that way, I hate when there's like one big spoonful of sour cream. To me, it's annoying. I like it spread evenly across,
Yeah, I agree with that.
you know? So I went ahead and I like drizzled it over with my little baggie, chopped up some lettuce, some tomato, and green onion. I feel like green onion on a nacho is underrated. To me, it's delightful.
I like green onions, period. So I'm gonna agree with you.
You do not like them?
No, I love green onions.
I have found
They add
green
like a
onions.
freshness to your food.
I agree. And also, it adds onion flavor without the onion texture, which sometimes I feel like it's not welcome.
See, I like any form of onion. So I would even take like my favorite onion is like the purple onion. I know people
Mhm.
call it red. It's not red, it's purple. I love the purple. That's my favorite. But I live on the onion, so I'm on board with this. This is delicious.
That. And then I just put it on the table and I got four paper plates and gave one to each person.
Done.
Then, yes. And I grabbed my spatula and I just like cut off a knob of it and put it on their plates. You got, I've never seen them happier. And my son, which isn't a big Mexican food fan, was like, Mom, you know him, smacking his lips. These are the best nachos I have ever had. He said that to me. Could you imagine? I felt like I had really done something because these
Oh,
children would not just eat these tacos, these nachos willy nilly.
they're such
So
good kids.
I know it's a simple meal, but I want you to take away the following things: doctor up your beans, spread your sour cream with a nice little drizzle. Use the cups of the tortilla chips, the cup ones, the ones that are for dipping.
Hmm.
And did I say to shred your own cheese? I think I just said that.
Let me tell you about shredded cheese really quick. We gotta
Mm-hmm.
talk about cheese for a second because I love cheese. I love cheese in any form.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's out of convenience, but I've completely stopped buying pre-shredded cheeses.
Same.
Kind of people say, "Oh, just rinse it out and then you can use it and it'll melt." But then I have fucking wet cheese. And like that's all I think about. Well, now the cheese is fucking wet. So
Yeah.
when it melts, is it also gonna be a pool of liquid? I don't know. I've never used it before. But I will say recipe, and again, listen, I'm not gonna shame anybody. If you really just don't have the time, absolutely go buy the shredded cheese. But there it really is a flavor difference when you shred the block
Not just a
as
flavor.
opposed to buying the shredded cheese.
It's not just flavor, which is important, but it's also textural. It is a
Yeah,
different beast.
yeah, all together.
And like these nachos, sometimes you make nachos at home and you put the shredded cheese on top and then the cheese kind of is plasticky.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
This was not plasticky. It melted nicely. It stayed pliable because there's more fat in there.
Right.
There's less shit, so it's just cheese. And it's important. And you do have time. I'm gonna say it, Keter, when you're cooking the chicken, you can shred your cheese. You have time. Do it. And I also want to say a block of cheese is like $1.25
Where the fuck are you buying your cheese?
at the Aldi, or maybe like 1.95. It's under $2
Oh, okay.
for the block. And when you buy it shredded, they're not cheap. They're like $4.
Yeah.
And you're just buying more shit that you don't need. Like, save the money, take the time, put your box grater out there, put it handy, and you'll have better food that will taste better and it will be less expensive. So this meal will take like a chicken breast and a block of cheese. This is an Aldi meal too, by the way, which I made completely with Aldi ingredients.
Listen, I fucking love an Aldi meal.
Me
Okay.
too.
I am all about Aldi. So
Hmm.
if you all have an Aldi or a Lidl next to you, I'm not a big fan of their fruits though. But although I did buy good walnuts this summer from Aldi, I am such a big Aldi fan. So I appreciate you shopping there.
I do. And I feel like maybe this meal might have been less than $10 and I fed four people.
That's
And they were
awesome.
still like wanting food because
Yeah,
they liked it so much.
that is great.
So I know it's a basic bitch meal, and I know you guys have made these nachos before, but maybe not exactly like this, and give it a try. Just like those tweaks make a difference.
Right. I like
And
it, buddy.
yes, air fry. Air fry your food, man. Stop fucking
It
around.
doesn't heat up your home. The air fryer itself heats up quicker than your oven.
It's just less
And I
stressful.
love an air fryer.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this little basic bitch meal because sometimes you just need to put dinner on the table so that you can leverage McDonald's on your kids for the next day,
Yeah. Like I do with Ryan.
like we do with Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast player and share us with a friend. And we'll be back with another recipe that you can enjoy this fall. Bye. Delilah.
Can't stand her.
I know, right? What a twat.